Vitamin D, right?
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D. I
That's another
know
big one.
it's probably the biggest one that I've ever heard, but I don't know. Maybe I'm incorrect on that.
Yeah, so that one is its primary role. Most of us are not getting enough,
Mm-hmm.
so we have like optimal levels, and then just bare minimum levels.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're getting the bare minimum, what vitamin D is going to do in our body is it's going to prioritize regulating calcium absorption.
Okay.
It's
Right.
super critical for, like, we don't want too much calcium circulating in our blood because then we'll get arterial calcification possibly, and then we don't want too little because it's involved in so much regulation and whatnot. So if we're not getting enough and we're just getting the bare minimum, it's only going to regulate calcium absorption in the gut. But if we're getting optimal levels, so maybe we're taking a supplement and we're also trying to get some more sunlight and we're eating foods rich in vitamin D, which we can go over, then vitamin D can do so much really cool stuff like gene expression. So that's basically it can turn on the good genes or it can turn off the bad genes.
Wow.
Right? Because people will say, like, oh, this is, whatever so and so disease is hereditary,
right,
so I'm bound to get it. But then we take into account, like, okay, we do have control over not our genes, but our lifestyle and how those genes are expressed. Vitamin D helps with that.
And me, I'm living proof because I have a family of that. A lot of them got sick, and they didn't know what was happening, and we didn't know how to stop it. But I just made sure I kept my supplements up, and I stayed away from. I stopped eating fast food. I started eating organic. I always was active, and when I went to college for 11 years, also, I was older, and usually that stuff just destroys you because you're sitting there doing a lot of, you're not active, you're not out there, you're sitting on the computer, and so I always exercised and I always ate organic, and I think it was affecting me. I think it could have really messed me up. So if you guys are in college and stuff, don't think that you can just sit there on that computer, and don't think that you can just eat fast food because you're going to get your degree and you're not going to be happy when you're not going to be able to use it. You're not going to be able to enjoy it because you're gonna end up getting sick.
And on that note of like organic, because that's a big thing that Natural Grocers, like, we love talking about. What does organic mean and why does it matter? Because again, I didn't really get taught that in my undergrad, and maybe it's just because it wasn't part of the curriculum. Nothing against like what the school provided,
right?
But organic essentially means, so the USDA organic label means no pesticides are used, no herbicides are used. Because it's mostly pertaining to produce.
And what do pesticides and herbicides do to us, do to our bodies?
So depending on the pesticide and herbicide, like the most common one, the one that I've looked into and have been taught mostly about is glyphosate. And that's the main ingredient in Roundup. So that one is a pesticide. It gets sprayed on conventional produce. They use it to control pests. But it's meant to damage the nervous system of the pests. So if we think, so that's a big thing, right? If we think on a micro scale, what's happening on the smaller scale can also happen on the larger scale.
I've been telling people organic.
If it's compounded over time. And they've actually shown that glyphosate can damage the lining of the gut. And over time, that can lead to something called gut permeability, or the other word that they use for that is leaky gut. And that essentially allows more toxins into our body. It can cause more issues, inflammation, just not a good combo. So organic means, okay, none of that is sprayed on my food. I don't have to worry about it. You can still wash your produce if you want, just to be a little extra careful. But when I think organic, I think like, this is my way of voting with my dollar in a way
Mm-hmm.
to help reduce the toxins in our environment. Because the other thing too is most of them are glyphosate, for example, is water soluble.
Mm-hmm.
So even though people are like, okay, I'm just going to spray it on this little part and it's not going to go anywhere, there's residue in the water. So it's also affecting our water systems and the life, all the aquatic life.
Jeez.
And we're connected
Scary.
to all of that too. So
Wow, that's scary.
I
Yeah.
know.
So that's the thing. Even non-GMO though, it's still going to have some pesticides. It's going to have a lot less than if it's not non-GMO. So you guys, I mean, just because you think you're trying to eat healthy, I'm going to save an extra 50 cents. I'm going to get non-GMO. Well, just get the organic. It's your life. It's your health. I'm not doing this. I'm doing this whole channel for you. I'm doing this whole channel for longevity because I'm sick of seeing people suffer.
Yeah, and maybe just to clarify for the audience, non-GMO. So GMO stands for genetically modified organism, and kind of, if you're okay with me, tying this back into we are what we eat. So if we're eating a genetically modified organism, if it's just a plant, and we're doing that over and over and over again, just some food for thought. What do we think that's doing to our genes over time? So non-GMO means, okay, these seeds or this food used ingredients that were not genetically modified. So they could still use pesticides though. So that's
right. So it's better. The non-GMO is better then, right? Of course, right?
Or organic is better.
Or organic's the best, right?
Organic means non-GMO.
Now, what about non-GMO that's grown in like hydroponic area? Like, so maybe they don't put pesticides. Is that something, you familiar with that?
Well, I understand too, like the organic certification I've heard can be pricey for some farmers. So maybe they just decide to do non-GMO, but they still do organic practices.
Right. I worked at a lab for 1 month. My friend let me work there when I was going to college, and the lab they actually do 3-party testing on organic. So
that's cool.
I couldn't believe it because I was eating organic before that for like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, whatever. But the thing is that I was already eating organic for many, many years. And so I was like, oh my goodness, I'm grateful I did because I didn't know that they actually do the testing and there's 3 parties. And I talked to the scientists. I saw the test. It was amazing. I was like, wow, this is real. But you got to also remember, if it's from China or something, you don't know. So just make sure, it's in the United States or maybe Europe even, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, God, we've learned a lot today, you guys. I don't want to take all of Sharon's time up. She's already dedicated all this time to us. But what about the nutrition? Do you have anything else about the...
So part of my role is you mentioned the one-on-one coaching sessions. So that's a free service. Essentially everything I do for the most part is a free service. We can also do...
Give her a tip.
That'd be nice.
They don't allow it. I try to give her one anyway.
An energetic tip would be nice. Thank you card or something. The other free service we offer is a personalized shopping experience. So that essentially means I can shop with you if you're on a specific diet. We can look at labels.
Guys, no more confusion.
I know, right? Yeah.
Wow.
We're working on offering this to a local nonprofit called Life Changes. So we're not just like helping. I mean, yes, we're helping people that are just coming in here shopping, looking to better their health, but we're also helping people that really need it.
Well, I would say this too: if you go through all this, you guys, and you try to buy the best products you can, organic, whatever. But also, Natural Grocers products are good, and so that's another reason why I know Natural Grocers wants to do this because they want to sell their products too, right? But they want to help people. So Sharon wants to help people because I've talked to Sharon a lot, and she just wants to help people. So they got great people here that can help you. Just like I said, just tell them, like, look, I've been having problems with gout. Gout is something that I got rid of. Chest pains, I got rid of. Now, granted, like I said, she's not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. But I'm telling you, if you give that, what if you go to your doctor's appointment and you're like, okay, well, I have chest pains, and they say, okay, we have your appointments 2 weeks out or a month out, or they go through. I mean, we're going to put you through this test. We're going to put you under this machine. We're going to spin you around. We're going to stuff shit in there, right? Whatever. Guess what? By the time they go through all that, you can go see her. Next thing you know, you're taking supplements. Next thing you know, you're like, wait a minute, maybe it goes away. People don't understand that. Give it a shot. You're going to go to the doctor anyway, right? So find somebody. And I don't know how else you can find somebody like this or a place like this, especially that's free. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
yeah, even like functional practitioners, it can be
really
quite expensive.
Heck yeah.
And it's probably worth it too.
Yeah. You find somebody like a naturopath doctor or something, or something like there's places I've been to them, and they're expensive, and they'll put you through scans and all that stuff. They'll say, okay, you got this and this and this, but just if you go here, she's just gonna basically say, yeah, and she'll say, take this out, add this. She told me I was going to the sauna, I was having problems, cramping. I was having cramping in my intestines, and I'm eating healthy and all this, but I'm drinking too much coffee. I'm not taking enough fat. That's what she told me. Mm-hmm. And she says, basically, I just need to add some sea salt too, and drink water, of course, because I was going to the sauna every day too. Of course, that's gonna zap everything out of you, right? And then I would have these cramps, but I've had cramps for years, and it's in my intestine. It's like in your calf, but in my intestine. It's like, oh my God, so painful, right? But the thing about that is that I didn't know I've had prediabetes since I went organic, and I didn't know. You know, I thought whatever's happening to me was because I lost my brother to cancer, and then I lost everything I had. So I was thinking, God, it's just stress, and it's maybe. But I thought I was eating good, and then I went all organic. That wasn't enough because I was still having issues. But you still need to get professional help in that situation. And the doctors nowadays, some of them will help you. Oh yeah, they're really good. They'll tell you you need to take probiotics or something, but some of them won't. So that's scary. They should be telling you that first. Hello, like, this is my life. So I'm going to go back to you now. I'm going to you're going to cut my heart open. You know, you're going to cut me open. You're going to put something in me. No, not me. I'm afraid of that. So I'm going to go here instead, or something like this, right? So anyway, this is a free resource. I just wanted to share with you guys. Sharon, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Just before we close out, we also do free classes.
Oh, yeah, okay, free classes.
Yep, so that's always posted online, specific to our store in Northern Nevada.
Yeah.
And then if people have like an organization, or they're like, oh, we have a senior group over here and we can use some nutrition classes, I can bring the class to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's about it.
You can watch my channel for longevity, right? You can get I got the blueprint to your weight loss success, the blueprint to your exercise success playlist, which basically you get free downloadable worksheets. You get all videos you can follow along. So you can just get yourself, like, you're going to learn how to eat a healthy food plan. You're going to get shopping lists. You come over here, this is what I recommend. As soon as you got to get yourself on a food plan like mine, because it's healthy. Mine's free. This is free. Why are we doing this? We're not making any money on this. Zero. I'm not making money. She's not making money. This is her job. But like, this is free. Like I said, people will charge hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars, for this kind of information. You know, so take advantage of it. Okay. So, well, thank you, Sharon. It's been awesome.
Thanks, Ron.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving me the space to educate some people.
Yeah.
Who knows how many people will reach? So.
Well, I've been bugging her for a long time, but the thing about it is that it was the whole thing about being on the camera. So that's why right now I wanted to make sure it's more comfortable for Natural Grocers and for Sharon. But like, you want to come visit in real life, you know, she's here. She's a real person. She's not just a, see, there's her hand. So anyway, you guys have a great day. And this is my third video in 2 days, so I'm kind of burned out on videos. So enjoy my videos, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And you can find those playlists for the blueprint, your blueprint, okay? For your blueprint for weight loss, exercise, and it's for strength training, and healthy shopping, organic shopping lists and all that stuff, right? And you can just download all that stuff and just get started today. So, and the motivational videos, if you hit the notification bell, You're going to be able to see those my motivational quotes every day. I use Hippocrates, Einstein. I did Abraham Lincoln. So yeah, you're going to see some fun stuff. So have a good day, you guys. Thanks for watching.